NASA's launch team reports this liquid hydrogen system leak is continuing. Data continues to show that there is a leak so far in this troubleshooting process. The team initially tried to warm up this quick disconnect fitting in an 8-inch line where the leak is believed to be originating. That does not appear to have worked. The leak is still evident in data. So the next step in the firing room will be for the launch team to increase pressure at an umbilical line using helium in hopes that this further step will reseat a seal in this quick disconnect fitting to resolve this leak. Right now the hydrogen loading is running about an hour behind schedule, at least, maybe a little bit more at this point. The core stage liquid hydrogen should have been in what is known as fast fill mode nearly an hour ago, and that has not happened and appears to be at least some period of time from beginning, even if the leak is resolved. Now less than 5.5 hours until the opening of today's launch window. The launch team for Artemis 1 here at the Kennedy Space Center continues to troubleshoot this leak in a liquid hydrogen system. It's in an umbilical connection between the bottom of the core stage and the launch platform area. Hydrogen leaks have been a pervasive issue for the Space Launch System during this year's countdown rehearsals and now into the launch campaign and launch attempts themselves. So the team is troubleshooting this in hopes of clearing this leak and resolving this leak and launching today, although the countdown is now running behind schedule. If you're just joining us and you haven't had a chance to yet, please like our stream here on YouTube. Please like our stream here on YouTube if you haven't already. This helps us expand the reach of our coverage and grow our audience, so we really appreciate that. We want to bring our coverage to as many people as we can. You can also join our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We have different membership channels available for you to choose from. And depending on which level you choose, you can gain access to exclusive bonus video features for members only here on our YouTube channel. You can also contribute through the Super Chat function here on YouTube. And your contributions and support really helps us continue to bring you live coverage covering this Artemis 1 launch campaign. It involves a lot of long hours here at the Kennedy Space Center with these countdowns and rehearsals, rollouts, rollbacks. And of course, we're also covering continued operations of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket here at Cape Canaveral and at the Kennedy Space Center. Another Falcon 9 launch with another batch of Starlink internet satellites is scheduled for Sunday evening. That's tomorrow night at 10:09 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:09 a.m. UTC Monday from Space Launch Complex 40 down at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, just a few miles down the road from Pad 39B here at the Kennedy Space Center, which you're looking at live right now as NASA counts down for today's launch attempt for the Artemis 1 test flight to send the Orion spacecraft around the moon and back to Earth. If the launch happens today, the Orion spacecraft will spend nearly 38 days, just shy of 38 days in space, returning for a splashdown after orbiting the moon in the Pacific Ocean on October the 11th. This schedule assumes this mission gets off the ground today. Camera view you're looking at now is on the west side of Pad 39B, looking toward the east. You can see some of the cloud cover just offshore behind the Space Launch System, which is silhouetted against the morning light. It's been at least a few minutes since we've got an official update on the status of this troubleshooting of this hydrogen leak from NASA's launch team. The launch team is stationed in Firing Room 1 of the Launch Control Center, right next to the Vehicle Assembly Building here at the Kennedy Space Center. The team is led by Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson, and the launch team in Firing Room 1 consists of about 91 engineers and managers monitoring various systems on the Orion spacecraft, the Space Launch System and its various systems, various elements, such as the core stage, the engines, the upper stage, the boosters. And teams are also monitoring the performance of the ground systems out at Pad 39B. At liftoff, when the two solid rocket boosters ignite. Control of the mission will be handed over from the Launch Control Center here in Florida to the Mission Control Center at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, where a flight control team led by Judd Freeling, the Ascent and Entry Flight Director for Artemis 1, will be tracking and controlling the flight throughout the rest of the climb to space. NASA says troubleshooting of this leak is continuing here at the Kennedy Space Center.